heart disease, cancer, stroke, COPD, diabetes. These top 5 chronic diseases lead to millions of deaths each year around the world. We have all heard two sides of the coin surrounding the root of chronic diseases. Are they due to our individual genetics or our lifestyle habits? Today, I'm going to discuss the main issues with diet, environment, and lifestyle that show how chronic diseases are more preventable than you might think. I think most of us know at least a few individuals that lead physically unhealthy lifestyles, such as obesity, sedentariness, or addictions to drugs or smoking, yet they don't seem to develop lethal chronic diseases, or they live to be 100 years old. There are those who smoke 2 packs a day and never develop cancer. Where on the other hand, there are people who never smoke a day in their life, exercise every day, eat a healthy diet, and end up getting late-stage cancer. This conundrum has led to many believing that chronic diseases are primarily due to a genetic predisposition. While this does play a role, genetics play a minor role in developing these life-threatening diseases. Concerning cancer, the National Cancer Institute says that inherited genetic mutations play a major role in about 5 to 10% of all cancers. Now on the flip side, Stephen Rappaport and Martin Smith, PhDs out of Stanford University, say that 70 to 90% of disease risks are probably due to differences in environment. Now, these environmental factors, including smoking, air pollution, cultural practices, diet, exercise, and other living conditions. Here in Utah, for example, lung cancer is the most lethal form of cancer due to air pollution and radon levels in homes. Radon, a radioactive gas that comes from the breakdown of uranium in the soil, is said by the EPA to be toxic in 1 in 3 Utah homes. Now, this environmental factor is specific to Utah and can be prevented with proper home design and air mitigation systems. Now in our day, along with where you live is the way you live. Environmental factors such as eating habits, diet, exercise are some of the most important factors leading to chronic diseases such as heart disease, cancer, stroke, pulmonary disease, and diabetes. So in the United States, about 38% of adults are obese, while 60% are overweight. Less than 20% of adults eat the recommended 5 servings of fruits and vegetables, and less than 30% of adults exercise the recommended 30 minutes each day. Ron Hager, a professor here at BYU, has taught that 60% of chronic diseases could be avoided by changing these lifestyle habits and living more healthy. This is an area where we as individuals can take control of our lives and reduce the risk of life-threatening chronic diseases. While the debate is neither 100% one way or another, we can see how important non-genetic factors are. However, we cannot dismiss genetic predispositions. Many forms of cancer, such as breast, colon, and prostate cancers, also heart disease, stroke, and diabetes, all do run in family genetic lines, so it is very important to know who in your family has suffered from these conditions. A study done in Denmark in regards to obesity linkage between twins has shown that obesity in twins is linked around 70 to 60%, which one could argue that even obesity has some genetic predispositions. Overall, we need to be aware of the lifestyle and environmental factors that lead to chronic diseases in our lives. By managing our environment and making critical lifestyle changes, we can flip the head on chronic diseases in our society. To reiterate, the National Cancer Institution and Stanford medical PhDs, inherited genetic mutations play a major role in just about 5 to 10% of all cancers, and 70 to 90% of disease risks are probably due to differences in the environment. Let us make these significant changes in our lives and understand that chronic diseases are more manageable in our lives than you might think.